kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Won't bother I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Welcome once again to an episode and session of Vampire the Masquerade, Edmonton by Night, as we continue on with our session zeros for our players. Last time, so far we found ourselves in a rural farm, and we found ourselves in France. Tonight, we are joined by the Reading Dragon, playing a character known as D. Dragon, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Yourself, not your character, and give us a bit of an introduction as to who you are.
I am the Reading Dragon. My real name is Avonlea, and I have been a veteran TTRPG player since at least consistently 2018, off and on since I want to say 2013. And most of my TTRPG experience involves Dungeons and Dragons, a little bit of Pathfinder, and when it comes to my experience with Vampire the Masquerade, I was a player of the LARP setting, not the TTRPG setting. So this is my first time doing Vampire the Masquerade in a TTRPG setting. However, again, as a veteran TTRPG player, I also run my own campaign, and that is fun. In fact, our lovely hostess here, Blaze, is one of my players. So that's fun. It's fun having her fuck up my world a bit.
Indeed it is. Now I get to have my revenge.
Yeah.
How the turns table.
Don't you mean how have the tables turned?
I meant what I said, thanks. With that, you are playing a character called D.
Yes.
Tell us, who is D?
Do I just go over her entire backstory or history?
You can go over her backstory, her history, give us a bit of a description as to what she looks like, who she is, what her personality is, what flavors her, what makes her tick. I want to get to know her a little bit here at the beginning, at least as far as you have her developed thus far.
So I'm going to read the history that we had put together for her. She was born and raised along the West Coast, and she would have lived a relatively normal life had she and her mother not had to make an escape from an abusive household run by her father. Part of this escape involved her being under the care of Child Protective Services while her mother dealt with getting them both away from said father. It was an exceptionally stressful ordeal that almost separated Dee from her mom permanently. And seeing how flawed the legal system actually was, Dee decided that she was going to try to make her way into and through the legal systems to help change the ways a lot of those processes are done. Because she doesn't want any future instances like the ones she and her mother went through to happen ever again. She doesn't want anyone to have to go through that amount of stress. Um, and for a time, she was doing well as a legal assistant in a small suburban town that she has been residing in, helping to make sure that all information found was not only applicable to the case that she was on at the time, but also accurate to whatever she was working on. And I guess this is the session to lead into where she kind of ends up in some bullshit that ends up becoming making her into a vampire because of her profession.
So tell me, her town. You said it's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
So it would be the West Coast in California. California coast.
Did you have a specific town in mind?
Let's do Capistrano Beach.
That works for me. Me
Yeah.
being, of course, the Canadian who doesn't know U.S. geography, but I'm sure somebody will.
So Capistrano Beach is more of a suburban-ish area, but there are some rough areas of the neighborhood. Neighborhood, so to speak. However, it is connected to San Juan Capistrano, Laguna Beach, and Dana Point.
Excellent.
Yep.
So we find ourselves in Capistrano Beach with our lovely character, D here. We are also joined tonight, you may notice, by another individual called Nix's Rose. Nix's Rose is playing an NPC character and will appear at a later time this evening. However, Nix, why don't you say hi and give a bit of an introduction? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Nix's Rose. I have been in the TTRPG scene for about about 6 years or so. Primarily, my interests in TTRPGs usually include Pathfinder or D&D 5e, but I've also been known to also gravitate towards Monster of the Week, as I've DM'd a few games before with the said player here, Avonlea. I've also DM'd for her as well, and also played a character in her campaigns. And also, I've been very curious and excited to delve into Vampire the Masquerade as an individual who loves digging into darker themes. I am I don't know. I'm currently a grad student working towards my art therapy degree. Um, and yeah, I love TTRPGs. I love D&D. I love all this role play nerdy ish nonsense. Um, and I'm definitely excited to be here.
Thank you very much. Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
before we got started tonight, I asked you to envision Dee's starting setting a little bit. The atmosphere, the building, kind of what that looked like. I want you to go ahead, and we're going to start with you painting a scene. Where is Dee? What is she doing?
She'd
How...
be working. Oh, go
I
ahead.
was going to say, what is she doing? Kind of, where would we find her? What's the energy like where she is? I want you to paint a picture with your words.
So at the office she works at, it's a smaller firm, small office. Um, Lots of windows. So to let in a lot of the natural lighting. Hold on a second. There we go. My camera was not focusing. But lots of windows, so as to let a lot of natural lighting in. And while it is clean and minimalistic, there are a couple of strategically placed office plants. Whether or not they are real or fake is kind of a Schrodinger's guess at the until you actually go and touch them. Um, to where you would find, yeah, they're real and they're taken care of. Um, and Dee would have her own small office type space. However, it's not a closed off office, as she is just a legal assistant, not an actual lawyer. Um, but she would have more of an open space situation where she would have her work laptop and some of her paperwork with her that she had been working on. And that's where you would find her at work, although if she needed to be in the office. Otherwise, you would more than likely find her at home doing roughly the same thing if she did not need to be in the office. However, on her days off, she would prefer going down to uh, downtown San Juan, which is about I want to say a 15-minute drive from where she would live in Capistrano Beach, or where she works in Capistrano Beach. But it's about a 15-minute drive if you're just going through town. A little longer if you try going off the freeway, because LA traffic is a bitch.
We find you at the moment at the courthouse, which is normally not where we'd normally see you. The
Mm-hmm.
lawyer that you work for, the lawyer that you were hired by, asked for you to attend court with him because he needed access to information at a moment's notice, information that only you could provide because you had been told to keep it top secret. You had been told, basically, mum's the word. You were an insurance policy for him on a rather large case to make sure that information didn't get out into the wrong hands. Sworn to secrecy and under a confidentiality agreement, we now find this case wrapping up. The individual in question at the center of this has been found guilty on all counts, which has landed him with a rather lengthy sentence. We're talking a few hundred years, at least.
100.
Yeah.
A few hundred. Oh shit. Okay. So he's
Didn't...
basically getting a life sentence.
Yeah, he's basically in jail for life. And it is then that your boss turns to you and says, "Thank you. I couldn't have done this without you, without your help, and without your due diligence. The work that you have done during the work that you have done during this entire case has been exemplary. And when we get back to the office, I would be more than happy to give you a bit of a raise."
Oh, all right. Well, thank you.
It's only fitting that the work done is rewarded. We can talk about that tomorrow. However,
right.
this evening, why don't you take a well-deserved night off? Go treat yourself. Even better, feel free to go use that company credit card that you have and treat yourself to something this evening, and we will cover it, not a problem.
Alrighty then. I will do that.
With that,
As Dee is just thinking about her empty refrigerator.
so he nods and smiles. And then, a moment later, he's shuffling his papers around, stacking them in his briefcase, picks it up, and with a nod to you, walks out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And we open the floor to D. What are you doing now that you have freedom for the night?
So I would have followed my boss out of the courthouse and whatnot, and we probably would have met back at the office and done our and separated and whatnot, made sure everything was closed up for the night properly. And I'm heading back to and I'm heading to my vehicle, uh getting in and making sure to keep my wits about me, because I'd imagine that this is the part of Capistrano Beach where, yeah, it's still suburban-y, but because Capistrano Beach has their rougher parts, you still gotta kind of watch out and make sure your car is locked at all times and whatnot. It's California. So make sure I have everything, including the company credit card. I don't want to lose that. I really don't want to lose that. And make sure everything is all safely packed away in my wallet, in my pocket. And then I'm going to hit up the local Ralph's. The one D would probably frequent would be just up the hill going up Camino del Avion. And it's on the crossroads of Camino del Avion and Golden Lantern. And she's going to go into that shopping area, and she's going to first do a little bit of grocery shopping to stock up on things from the Ralphs over there. And, she will go across, once she's done all of that and gotten home, to unpack and restock her refrigerator, because she lives in the neighborhood just a little ways down from the Gold Lantern Village. She would actually walk back up from her neighborhood to Golden Lantern Village, because it's literally a 10-minute walk once she is finished driving home and finished everything. And instead of going back into that shopping area, she's going to go across the street to the second half of Golden Lantern Village, where the movie theater is and the Trader Joe's is, and a couple of the other restaurants over there. And she's going to treat herself to a movie and some food and dinner over there, because the movie theater that's over there has a dine-in theater. And so she could literally order her food while she's watching the movie and drink.
That sounds glorious. Any movie in particular?
She had been wanting to see whatever the latest science fiction film was going on at this time. Like whatever the latest science fiction film is going on.
Excellent. You go to see your movie, order your food, pick yourself up a few things at the store, and you head home for the night.
And the California weather over there, it's always a nice evening, and it's a safer area as well, Golden Lantern Village. So normally Dee wouldn't exactly have to worry about watching her back too much, but she still does kind of out of habit. But relatively speaking, she's able to get home pretty safely.
You get home, put yourself to bed. It's almost like there's a bit of tension in the air. You can't quite pinpoint why, though, because the stressful part of this entire case is pretty much over at this point.
Am I still outside my condo?
You
My
would be
apartment?
inside.
Okay.
And in a bit of a fit of unease, you might feel like something is slightly amiss as you kind of fall into an uneasy slumber that evening.
I would actually keep all of my lights on with how uneasy I'm feeling.
That's fair. You still fall into a bit of an uneasy slumber.
Yeah, and I probably would end up falling asleep on my couch.
And that is fine. You wake up first thing in the morning. The sun's out. You can hear the birds off in the distance. Familiar sights and sounds. All your lights are still on. And from what you can see, there's nobody there. Nothing there out of the ordinary. There's no reason for this feeling of unease that you've had. But it's still kind of lingering around in the air a bit. Kind of throwing you off your game, almost.
So I'm going to go downstairs to where my front door and my garage door are. Get into the garage door. Get my baseball bat. And I'm going to slowly come back upstairs quietly. And I'm just like, I probably would have done this when I got home when I started feeling this, but I'm going to do it again just in case. In fact, let me backtrack a little bit. When I got home last night and started feeling like this, I got the baseball bat from the garage and surveyed the garage, make sure nothing was in the garage, and then did a surveillance on my apartment, and then just kept the baseball bat with me as I slept on the couch, and then did it again because I still felt that unease. Just basically search every room. It's a small 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo, and the kitchen and the dining area and the living area is all just one giant room. There's a balcony in the master bedroom. The secondary bedroom doesn't have anything like that. And the bathroom is separated from that room. The master bedroom has the bathroom in it. And also has the balcony outside of it.
You don't really see anything.
And nothing in the closets either?
Nope, nothing in the closets either.
I'm also just going to be sure, check the laundry closet where the washer dryer is. Make sure nothing just squeezed its way in there.
You open the laundry closet, and it's literally just the same as it always is. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
And I check my I have like a second balcony as well, just behind me on the couch. Nothing on that second balcony, the main balcony.
Nothing at all?
Okay. Hmm. When I look out my main balcony, just outside the living area, I'd be able to see my neighbor's place and their balcony. Am I
Yep.
able to see my neighbor at all?
At this point, they've probably gone off to work, as far as you can figure.
Okay. So I'm going to look out towards the horizon then, just past the glass fencing, just along the backfield, which looks out to the rest of the Dana Point area towards the beach. What's the weather looking like?
Looks like a decently sunny day today, actually. Weather's not too bad.
Okay.
Might almost be good for a beach day if you didn't have to work.
Yep. So going back inside, making sure that the sliding glass door to my balcony is locked. And I would have also made sure that that my front doors were locked as well, and my garage was locked. What have you? Get myself ready to work, ready for work day, and pack whatever I needed for my food for lunch, what have you, and then just head to work all day.
You find yourself driving to the office, park in your usual spot, walk in. Your boss calls you in and asks you how your night was.
It was good. Got myself a few groceries. Went and saw a movie. Kind of something weird going on in my apartment complex. So,
Oh, do tell.
when I got home after seeing my movie, that new sci-fi flick that's going on.
I know the one.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. It just something just felt off in my apartment throughout the night. I didn't sleep that well because of it.
Could it have been possibly you blowing, kind of getting rid of the stress, or at least releasing some of the stress that you've been holding over the last few months? I mean, this has been a massive thing for us.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm probably thinking. Also, it could have been something I ate over at the theater down at uh Golden Lantern Village.
So, with that in mind, of course, always be careful, kind of be on your guard, or protect yourself, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
We're behind you. But we do have a rather important matter to discuss. Your raise.
Yes.
What's your current salary?
What is Dee's current salary?
What's the salary of an average legal assistant?
Let me look that up.
One moment, folks.
California legal assistant. It's about 35K a year.
Okay. What do you need to keep your fridge full year round? Have your basic needs met?
Dee is in the process of calculating that shit.
He just sits at his desk and he waits.
For basic needs and whatnot, 3,600 a year for all basic needs met.
Okay, so that covers your bills, your food.
Oh, you mentioned so bills and food. Okay, that's going to be a bit more. Hold on. You just mentioned the refrigerator. Um,
Well, we can't very well have a legal assistant who's having trouble feeding themselves or having, issues paying their bills. That just doesn't look good for the company. I'm sure you
yeah,
understand.
yeah. Let's see here. Do, 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 do. Doing calculations real quick.
You're good.
Yeah. So in total, everything is about almost 38,000 a year.
And you're making 35?
Roughly, give or take.
Okay. So,
Sometimes I got to make things stretch,
that,
but
that's
I live in the Dana Point area, so
hmm, that's fair. So, why don't we take that 35 and bump that up to 45?
yeah, that would definitely cover everything.
And considering our reputation has increased, you've done good work. Um, like I said, we got to make sure your basic needs are met. And there's no point in having your basic needs met if you can't enjoy things every now and then.
Yeah.
So that'll give you a bit of extra spending money.
Oh yeah. And especially with how the California economy is.
Oh, don't I know it. There's a reason I don't live in city. Well,
Yeah.
with that having been discussed, I will send that down to payroll and I will get them to make the adjustments. And you will see that reflective as of your next paycheck.
Wait, hold on. Camera. One moment, please, while there are technical difficulties because Ava's camera is a shit.
You're good. Give it a sec. There you go.
There we go.
We'll see that.
Is there anything that I have to sign for that, or?
I mean, it's just a generic raise. We'll send you kind of an updated contract sometime throughout the day to reflect this pay raise.
Okay.
With all the, of course, standard legal jargon in it. And sign it
Yeah.
and return it to me. Just get it to me sometime in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
With that, I believe there's some research that needs to be done for some of our other clients, so I won't hold you back too much longer.
Thank you. And thank you for putting your faith in me in this in the case that we just did.
Like I said, we reward decent work here, so thank you.
And this was definitely something that needed to have a lot of extra detail paid attention to.
Keep it up, and next time we might talk about putting you through actual legal school.
Well, all right then. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And with that, he kind of dismisses you and you go on about your day.
Is what's going on in her head.
You just kind of take a moment to almost reel after you leave his office. You find yourself poring through books and tomes and documents for your assorted research. The day kind of passes, And then the sun starts to set as things
I don't
kind of
even.
close up. There's a bit more work that needs to be done this evening.
I probably haven't even like realized the passage of time as I'm so focused on getting everything else done that when I look back up and see that it's like almost closing time for the office, it's like, really? Already?
Matter of fact, as you look up and you see it's almost closing time for the office, you can get up to maybe refill your cup of coffee or grab yourself a snack. One of the last people to leave for the evening, his name is George.
Church.
He kind of
Do I?
he passes by your desk and just kind of taps on it for a moment.
Oh, hey, George.
You're working late tonight?
Yeah, I got a few cases that I need to do research for.
Mm.
What's up?
Just wanted to say goodnight. Hope everything's well with you, and to make sure everything was okay, pretty much. Did you need anything before I head out? I mean, you're pretty much the last one here, so.
Uh, what? Out of character. What seemed to have been the state of the office as things were going about?
They have cleaners that come through the office and help to clean up.
Okay. Um. Uh, nothing that comes to mind at the moment. Thank you, though, George. Hopefully everything's going well with you.
I can't complain. I'm about coming up on a week of vacation here, so hopefully, I'm hoping that goes well.
Oh, any fun plans for that?
Not really. I think I'm just gonna stay home. Maybe just take a load off.
Staycation. That's always
Yeah,
nice.
staycation. Might go to the beach, but other than that,
Yeah. I mean, it is getting to be that time of year where the beach is starting to warm up again.
absolutely it is. Well, I mean, with that, then I guess I will take my leave. You have yourself a good night. Don't work too hard, and don't fall asleep at your desk.
I will endeavor not to. Has D done this before?
Interesting question. Let me take a look at your character sheet. Give me 1 second. You're gonna roll me. What would that be? Actually, you know what? We'll say that you've done it like once or twice. It's not a common occurrence, but you've done it once or twice.
Yeah, especially on big, like probably on bigger projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. They actually have a room in the back for people to just kind of pass out on if they need to.
Yeah. I will endeavor not to fall asleep at the desk, just as long as that back room is open for me if I need it.
So we're going to get you to make me an investigation check at this point as you pour through the documents and books that you need.
Okay. Investigation.
The office falls silent around you as George leaves for the evening, leaving just you.
I'm also gonna like kind of keep watch to see if like the cleaning crew come in at any point too.
Mm-hmm.
You said investigation, yeah?
Yep. So you're going to roll. So what's your dice pool for that? How many points do you have in that?
I'm trying to look for where investigation.
It's under
There it
skills.
is. Under skills. Investigation. Okay, so you said that anything above a 3 is at a 2,
Reduced to
right?
2. Yes, it's reduced to 2 for now.
So I would be at a 2 in my dice pool at the moment.
Yep. So you're going to take 2d10s and you are going to roll them.
2d10s.
Yep. Anything over a 6 is considered a success. If you get two 10s on the d10s, that is considered a critical success.
Okay. So I got an 8 and a 4.
Looking through these, that'll work for me. Looking through these documents, you realize there's a fairly large reference book that you might need. Last you saw, it might have been in the conference room. They were pouring through some tomes today, and you're not sure if they returned it to the office library or not.
I don't even know if the office library is even open or if that got locked up.
Yeah.
I can check, but I imagine that it probably got locked up.
I mean, you're welcome to check.
Yeah. So just in case, I'm going to grab my things, like get it all packed up, ready to go, and bring that with me to the office library. Because worst case scenario, I just reset up at my desk.
Okay.
But if the library is open, I'm probably going to reset up in the library to do some further shit. And so I'm going to go over with my things, see if the library door is open or if it's locked.
As you reach out to grab the door handle, you kind of go to turn it. It's locked.
Well, that's good then. So I'm going to just go and I'm going to go back to my desk then and reset up everything. But when I get everything reset up, I will then take note of the resource that I am going to need to try and grab tomorrow morning.
You actually recall that they were looking at this resource in the conference room earlier.
Okay.
And you're not sure if they returned it or not. You can't actually remember anybody heading into the library pretty much all day, as much as you've been absorbed in your work.
And this is a tome?
It's a fairly decent book, like a fairly decent sized book. I would also like to note that the library is not the same room as the conference room.
Right. Oh. You know what? Before I even finish, or actually, before I even start re-unpacking my things to get back down to work, realizing that while the library is locked and remembering that they were in the conference room looking through this, I might as well go check the conference room real quick.
You approach the conference room door, and it slides up, and it's one of those fancy slider doors they've got these days. It opens without much resistance, and standing inside... One moment. Standing inside, or rather sitting inside of this conference room, is a rather sturdy-looking, dark oak table that probably would have taken about 6 people to lift it in here. Somebody obviously wanted it to be the centerpiece of the room. And spread across this table are several rather large books, some of them still open, as if somebody was looking through them.
Right. So otherwise kind of a familiar sight. That oak table and the books and whatnot, somewhat familiar, right? Okay. So just gonna look around and then I'm gonna go in. And when I go in, is there like an empty spot on the table that I can set my stuff down on?
There absolutely is. There's actually a few of them around the table. One on the farther side from you, one on the closer side. There's a couple on the closer side to you, and it looks like there might be a spot on either end.
Okay. I'll do it closest to everything. I'll just like put my stuff down momentarily. And being careful not to lose any spots or places that all these books are already open at, I'm going to look for the book that I am looking for. In the book in question.
Okay, make me another investigation roll.
Okay.
Notes?
Yep. And investigation. That is a 5 and an 8.
5 and an 8. That is good enough for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, am I adding what I roll on the dice to the number pool on my...
No, the numbers beside your stats and your attributes or your abilities determine how many dice you roll.
Okay.
The number of successes needed is set by me.
Okay.
However, a success is always counted as 6 or above on the d10s.
Okay. Just making sure, because in the LARP setup, we always pulled from a hand of cards. Yeah.
As you're looking around at the table, I'm trying to figure out where this book might be. You think you see it. It's not too far from you. You might have to reach across the table to grab it, but...
Or I could just, like, go around and...
Even from that side, you'd have to reach. It's, like, set right in the center. This table's, like, massive.
Fair.
There's meant to be, like, a fair bit of distance. So you're gonna have to, like, reach across it to grab this book, but it's sitting there, like, right in the center.
Is it closed or open?
It actually looks like it's closed.
Oh, okay. So at least I'm able to see the title of it, or the front cover.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of grab at that.
As you reach to grab the book, something off. You feel something grab your leg. You feel a chill spread up from where you've been grabbed.
Like, does it feel like a hand?
Yep, and that's when you hear a voice.
I fucking scream and I jump on the table. I don't give them a chance. I jump on that table.
And that's
holy fucking shit!
And that's when you hear a disembodied voice.
Child of God, Morning Walker, keep your feet still and hold your tongue if you wish to keep it.
And that's where we're going to cut to break.
My character is basically curling up on top of this table at this point.
And we'll figure
out... Oh, no, you're not.
It's got a good hold on me.
We'll get into that when we get back, but we're going to cut for break.
Fuck!
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off.
And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking.
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease.
I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough defeat. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you are not as tough as
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough defeat. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough defeat. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some loose shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
And we're back. And we find our poor legal assistant currently held in the grasp of something, she knows not what, and she's reaching for this legal book, because I know everything about the legal system. I have no idea what the book is called. We're just kind of going with the flow here. But
I'm basically about to get in by the crotch here. It's a nice cold hand with a disembodied creepy fucking voice.
You felt this hand grab your leg and a disembodied voice. And it has spoken to you. And we now pick up with our disembodied voice.
This voice is deep and chills you to your very core. And suddenly, the lights in this conference room blast, and you are enveloped in darkness. You feel the grip loosen from your legs for just a moment until it continues.
Oh, wait, I'm closing my eyes. I don't want to see what's about to hit me. I've seen enough horror films to be like, okay, it won't fuck with me if I'm not looking at it.
You think closing your eyes will avoid from seeing me. Child, I am the darkness. I know where you are at all times, even when the light has faded, especially. Do you take any moment to open your eyes?
I'm gonna be a smart white girl and not.
You are not opening your eyes?
No, right at the moment. Not at this moment.
Continue.
I'm just trying to be the smart white girl in the horror flick.
The one that's standing still and doing nothing?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm
great.
going to muscle. I want to live. I want to fucking live.
To be fair, how many white girls have you seen in a horror flick stand still and do nothing?
You know what? Fair.
I'm trying to be the smart white girl here.
You hear across from you, and the door, the only other exit you knew of, lock. And now this voice seems to travel around you, sort of like in a 360 motion. You have meddled in affairs that you should not have. However, you will face judgment. Not of this world, but you will face judgment nonetheless. Hold yourself still, lest you will become my next meal. And it's going to basically try to grab both of your wrists and pin you down.
Even though she's standing still?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
D.
Yeah?
Take a moment to describe yourself, your state of mind, how you are feeling, and take a moment to describe how you react.
There is some supernatural... Okay, clearly, there is some really creepy bullshit going on. It just got dark. I'm keeping my eyes closed. I'm trying to be the smart girl in the horror flick and keeping still like I'm being told. And I'm being told that I'm going to be punished, not of this world, but what? What? Why? I was just doing my job. I just want to do my part in having a proper legal system take place. The legal system is fucked up as is. I'm just trying to do my due diligence. And making sure that it's not being fucky.
Are you saying this out loud?
No! Not yet, anyway. I haven't been given a moment to speak.
You can try to speak if you'd like.
I'm not going to fuck with whatever. I'm not going to try to fuck with whatever is about to fuck with me. I see cold hands.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Icy cold-handed bitch.
you feel these same icy cold hands wrap around your wrists, and it's trying to pin you back and then slam you against the table.
Getting real kinky. That's not fun. Nope. 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 Oh God. It's probably going to come out as a surprise. Are they going real quick about this?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything that needs to be rolled in order for me to not have the wind knocked out of me?
Are you trying to fight, or are you trying to resist in any way?
So my eyes are closed, shut, and I am trying to stay absolutely still. And all of a sudden, I am feeling my hands being pulled back and being slammed against the ground. I don't think I'm going to have time to react.
Well, yeah, because you don't see me coming. But again, if you want
Exactly.
to fight,
You are welcome to try and fight if you so choose.
up to you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're attempting to try and fight, you're going to describe to me how you're trying to fight. And
No, I'm trying to decide whether or not to fight.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, below a 50, I don't have time to react or fight. Above a 50, fight or flight response takes over and the fight happens.
Sounds fair.
What'd you get?
So I got double zeros and a 6.
That's a 6.
So I am literally this individual's bitch right now.
Cool.
Fair enough.
I do let out a yelp though.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Silence yourself.
Yeah. Fuck.
So you are on the table now. At this point, have you opened your eyes at all?
I don't think so. Like, I probably would have, like, not opened them willingly. I probably would have done, like, a little, like, flash thing, but immediately closed my eyes as I'm being slammed against the table.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still trying to keep my eyes closed.
Mm-hmm. At that moment, this creature is going to tie your wrists together. And also, even if you were to open your eyes at any moment, you see nothing but black as you feel something being pulled onto your head.
Hey.
You will face judgment.
What did I do?
And that's where we're going to fade to black for a moment.
Ooh.
You can feel yourself being carried, put in some sort of vehicle, and it is a long while before this vehicle stops where it's going. But when it does, you hear a door slam. You are pulled out of the vehicle, again, by these same cold hands. Then you are sat down somewhere. It's fairly silent. I want you to make me an awareness roll, please.
Okay. Awareness.
I want to figure out your state of mind here for something.
Yeah. So my awareness is a 2 dot, or at the moment.
That stays exactly as it is.
Yeah. Well, it's a 3 dot, but you said anything above.
So then, yes, that goes to 2.
Yeah.
For the moment.
I got a 7 and a 2.
As you brought out of the vehicle, you smell the distinct scent of of pine, wilds, nature, not found inside the city. You're not inside the city anymore.
No, I'm up near the mountains.
And as
or
you
somewhere out of town,
and
maybe
as,
towards.
Sorry, go ahead. No, finish your thought.
How long exactly was the trip?
It's been a few hours.
A few. Ooh. So y'all took me to probably somewhere like Crestline or some shit like that. Ah, fuck me.
You hear the crunching of gravel underneath somebody's feet. You hear a door open. You hear a door shut. And then you are placed, rather unceremoniously, in a rather uncomfortable chair, or what feels like a chair, in a sitting position as you're thrown back. As your back hits the chair. And it is silent.
My breath is a little bit shaky as I'm breathing and I'm trying to like get my bearings and whatnot. The bag is still probably over my head, isn't it?
It is.
Can I see from the bottom of the bag?
Nope.
No. Are my hands still tied behind me?
They are indeed.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue trying to be quiet except for that shaky breathing. Because I'm fucking scared.
You hear kind of a shuffling from somewhere. And then you hear a fair bit of movement and a bit of a thud. Almost like somebody's being thrown into another chair. And you hear your boss's voice yell out, "If you don't let me go, I am going to sue the ever-living hell out of you and whatever organization you belong to." And then there's a cold, high-pitched laugh that you don't recognize.
What's my boss's name?
One moment, please. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Our DM is processing.
Yeah, because I don't think it would be Rose, my first employer, unless we're going with my first employer as a human. Because didn't you say my boss was male? Yeah.
I did. So, we're gonna go with Kurt Pierce.
Kurt Pierce.
Works for me. And then you hear, again, this high-pitched, cold laugh that you don't recognize. What is our legal assistant doing?
So I'm going to turn my head slightly in the direction of Mr. Pierce's voice, my boss's voice. Did it sound like he was really close to me?
It sounded almost like he was in front of you. Not far.
Oh. Mr. Pierce?
He stops. D?
What's going on?
I don't know. And when I tell you, when I find out what's going on, that they are going to regret every moment of this.
They said that I was gonna face judgment.
Oh, you have no idea. From off to the left.
Mr. Pierce, what did we do?
You made me look like a fool, is what you did. So, now there's a choice that needs to be made. Because the two of you fucked up.
Like,
It's quite simple. A or B. One of you is going to live, and one of you is going to die. You won't both leave this room together. At least not alive. And you're going to need to make your choice now. And at this, Kurt speaks up. Obviously, the smartest choice here is to take me and, leave her out of this. Whatever the fuck this is. How's Dee reacting?
she's trying to think of some way to try and have a reasonable retort, just to try to talk things out with whoever is threatening them, like try to find some sort of compromise to where they could both get out alive.
So do it.
Look, isn't there something that could be done to let us both leave alive? What happened? What did we do?
You made me look like a fool.
Who
And
is you?
violated one of our most sacred rules, or at least you caused me to.
What? Mr. Pierce, what is this person talking about?
I have no idea, Dee. Just... if you happen to get out of here, you need to run, and you need to not stop running until you get somewhere with a phone, somewhere where there's people. Somewhere where you can get help. Do you understand?
Mr. Pierce, we both gotta get out of this, right?
I told you. Only one of you is leaving here. The other one is leaving in a body bag, if that.
What rule was broken?
I see, to tell you that would violate that rule yet again. Needless to say, seeing as humans like you are beneath me, this is an easy solution. And then that voice... Sorry, 1 second. And then that voice kind of speaks up one more time. Are you sure that you are the one that wants to sacrifice yourself? And Kurt basically says, yeah. It's the logical reason here. Or the logical course of action here.
But Mr. Pierce, why?
Because the company will go on without me. And you are too valuable of an asset to let go. Especially after the show that you made in that courtroom. You're gonna do some great things, kid. And I'm going to watch you. Maybe just not on this plane of existence. And you hear a snapping sound. It almost sounds like bones breaking. And he says not another word.
There, at the sound of the snapping, there would have been like a slight startled yelp from D.
The bag is removed from your head, and in front of you, you see the rather limp body of your boss. And you see somebody else standing behind him. Pale, sandy brown hair, and looking none too pleased, with kind of glowing eyes. And he looks at you. You see the corner of his mouth tilt upwards in a smirk. He pulls back his lips and bares what can only be described as fangs at you.
In my head, this person said one can leave alive, right?
I lied.
No, I said that in my head. Like, I'm thinking that in my head.
I lied. Now it's your turn. Which is when another voice speaks up from behind you. Oh, come on now. Didn't anyone ever tell you not to play with your food? It's so uncouth. The man standing behind your boss's limp body blinks and looks at something behind you. And then there's a blur in the room. You almost can't make it out, but you can see two people trading blows before the guy who killed your boss seems to dissolve into a pile of ash a moment later in the center of the room before your eyes.
Are my legs bound or are they free to move about?
They're tied to the chair.
Fuck.
This individual is kind of Ventru. Always so high and fucking mighty. I swear to God. It's like they have a death wish.
What?
Hearing you, he turns to you. Oh, come on. You see what I did to him? If I really wanted to hurt you, I would have done so by now.
What the fuck is going on here?
Well, you, to say the least, have found yourself in a bit of a pickle.
No shit! My boss was literally just killed right in front of me! For what? I don't know!
Because the guy that I just turned to dust is somebody, or at least works for somebody, that you pissed off.
Who the fuck did we piss off and when?
Remember that court case yesterday that you walked out of?
Yeah.
That rather high-profile one that made the evening news?
Uh-huh.
Let's just say there were connections that individual had. Powerful connections.
I would ask, like, mafia type, but clearly this isn't mafia!
Look, I don't have the time to deal with a blubbering human. So I'm gonna need you to calm your tits and straighten your mind out for a second, because we have to talk.
Kind of hard to do that with a fucking dead body by my dead boss right in front of me!
We'll take care of that. But for right now, everything stays as is, because I cannot take the chance that you are going to run. Like I said, you find yourself in a bit of a pickle. Because as it stands, with the information that you have and what you've seen tonight, my dear, I can't very well let you walk out of here. And I don't have, unfortunately, the resources to wipe your memory at the moment.
Wipe my what?
So, we can do this one of two ways. And I'm going to leave the choice up to you. That is a lot more courtesy than my compatriot, and he just kind of kicks the pile of dust and spreads it, across the carpet for a moment, was more than willing to offer you.
Would I at this point figure out that there's some vampiric bullshit going on?
He straight up tells you. You obviously saw those fangs earlier. I'm going to need you to take a moment and put 2 and 2 together. And he pulls back his upper lip to show his. Make me an intelligence roll, please.
Intelligence. So it is a 3. Does that go down to a 2?
Yes.
Okay. So I got a 7 and a 2 again.
You're starting to figure things out.
So there's some truth to all of the lore then.
More than a little truth. Yet some of it is fabricated lies. Obviously, you're smart. You've got a good head on your shoulders.
Well, yeah. Obviously, a lot of media shit is going to be filled with bullshit.
Good. Otherwise, I'd just kill you outright.
How about we not?
Which is why I'm offering you a choice. But first, I need you to answer a question. How much do you value life, and do you value your life?
Yes. Very much so. And the whole part of a major reason why I'm part of the legal system in the first place is so that way I can help change some of the systems to allow others in similar situations like my own to have a chance at better lives.
A noble cause. I'm actually kind of impressed. He stops for a moment, and it almost looks like he's thinking. You can see him sitting there with his arms crossed, and he's tapping his fingers on one of his biceps.
But the legal system is a fucked up place to begin with. I just try to make it better so that way no one has to go through the same bullshit I went through.
All right. You have drive. You have a brain. You're part of the legal system, which means obviously you know your way around books and words.
And in a good portion of California laws, at least.
Good to know. So like I said, I'm going to offer you a choice. The first one is that we just put an end to this whole debacle and make things all nice and neat right now, and I end your life. The second... I can offer you a chance to seek out knowledge, resources, and information wilder than anything you could possibly imagine in your current state. And all it will cost you, my dear, is your humanity.
When you say cost me my humanity, are we talking like my morals and values, or... And she just kind of, with her eyes, gesture up and down his figure. And
in some respects, yes, things will change. When I say it'll cost you your humanity, It'll cost you your life, but you'll keep on living.
So basically become one of your kind, or however you want to call this.
That is the offer, yes. Before you answer and before you give me an answer to my question, however, in return for bestowing these powers on you and offering you a second chance and a look and a glimpse into a life that you'd not thought possible, or rather unlife as it were, I am going to need you to do something for me. And all I need is a yes or a no. We have a lost artifact that we need retrieved. At least my bloodline does. One moment, please. My cat is on the stove.
At least we can cut this part out. Good thing this is pre-recorded so we can cut that bit out.
Well, I did have my mic muted.
Yeah. So about
We
this
have... It's a kit that was used to hunt down our kind. Eons, well, centuries ago. It contains a very important journal. It's, shall we say, one piece of a much larger puzzle to regaining our former glory.
You're not about to tell me that the Bound Halcyons existed too, are you?
I mean, they might have in some form. I don't know. I don't have enough information. I don't know much about that. I haven't been around nearly that long.
Okay. I don't know how long you've been around for, so I figure I'd ask.
So, what say you about undertaking the task of finding this artifact?
I need a lot more details in order to be able to find this properly.
That's all we've got.
Is there at least a last known location?
Might have been in Europe, might have been up north.
Like Northern Europe?
Like, might have been in Europe, might have been in Canada somewhere.
Canada, okay. Because if the most recent sighting or report of its whereabouts is Canada, then that would probably have to be the first place to start looking.
I'm still waiting on your answer about finding it.
Sure. Yes. Sure.
Now, for the second question, well, the first question that I asked you. How are you when it comes to blood, my dear?
So I have just been taking the better portion of the last 10 years getting over my trypanophobia.
Well, that's good. Because from this point on, the rules of the game change for you, and you're going to be consuming a lot of it. And before you can say another word, he's by your side. He's got your head in one of his hands. He wrenches it to the side. And you can feel sharp pains in the side of your neck before everything starts to weaken. You can feel your blood flowing out of you. The strength leaving you. You can feel your extremities starting to get cold. At the same time, you can also feel that he's unbound your hands and somehow your legs as well. And a moment later, you can feel something pressing against your lips. His wrist. If you want to take that step, my dear, I suggest you drink. And drink deep. We have things to learn.
My brain is probably gonna go into like survival mode and do as he says in order to regain some sustenance, or at least attempt to. Or it's like so much blood loss she can't think. She's just gonna do as she's told.
You can feel the coppery scent and the coppery taste slipping down over your tongue, down your throat. And it's almost like your nerves are on fire, and the pain starts to blossom and grow before it becomes too much and you black out.
Oof.
And as the darkness takes you, you hear him mutter, "Good girl. When you awaken, we need to talk." And that's where we're going to cut this session off.
Oof.